A Chinese J-16 lined up on a U.S. carrier's glide slope with the gear down and no transponder. Not a drill. Not a routine intercept. You're the watch in CIC. Do you wave it off or light it up? We'll break down the exact ROE that kept the trigger finger steady, why gear down, transponder cold is both a plea and a trap, and how 2 Super Hornets were used as scalpel, not hammer. Stay for the moment the pilot handed over a leather pouch, and why that moved Washington from air defense to a 48-hour strategic dilemma. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Gear down and transponder cold looks like mercy. It signals, I'm not here to shoot. It also kills your justification to fire first. Under ROE, you need a hostile act or clear intent. An aircraft dirty and steady implies neither, but the flip is built in. If that same jet drives inside the envelope, ignores control, or changes energy in a way that cues weapons delivery, restraint ends. The signal that bought seconds can expire in one throttle push.
China has commissioned its latest aircraft carrier after extensive sea trials. Here's what to know. The Fujian is China's 3rd aircraft carrier. The carrier will allow its navy to expand its area of operations and contest waters as far as Guam. It's part of Chinese President Xi Jinping's massive military overhaul and expansion, and the first that it has both designed and built itself. The carrier adds to what is already the world's largest navy.
Dawn in the Pacific. Flight ops are live. Deck crews move in bright jerseys. In CIC, the net spikes with short, clipped calls. A J-16 rides the glide slope to the Valiant with no IFF ping. Scope marks altitude and vector. Air controllers call bearing, angels, speed. You feel the ship tense. Alarms bark, then settle into a hum. That hum is discipline. You have a target. You don't yet have a threat. 2 reads collide at once. Defection or deception. A pilot low on fuel and nerve, asking for steel and arresting wire. Or a Trojan horse using your own rules as cover to park danger onto your deck. You cannot let hope steer the ship. You also cannot let fear start a war. You buy time. You build options. You keep the gun cold while you box the problem. So you run the checklist. Identification ladder first. Radar skin track, ESM sniff for emitters, electro-optical read of markings and stores. Comms challenge on guard, clear, then firm.
State media says the country's newest and most advanced aircraft carrier is now in service. The commissioning of its 3rd aircraft carrier comes as Beijing has been expanding its navy. It is now the largest in the world in terms of the number of ships.
It is that power projection, that force projection that China is trying to realize, Vlad. And this is the Fujian that we're talking about. It is China's most advanced aircraft carrier. It is a state-of-the-art airplane launch system that it has. And this is electromagnetic, sort of like a maglev system, using magnetic fields to basically hurl airplanes off of the deck.
If silence holds, you shift to nonverbal cues, nose flashes, wing rocks, laser and light signals that translate to turn, climb, divert. Meanwhile, the wave-off protocol comes online. You flood the groove with data and light. You give him a path out that doesn't give away the ship. The air boss and the captain divide the load. The boss owns the air picture, the pattern, the safety bubble around the stern. He fights seconds and angles. The captain owns risk. He calibrates the ladder from warn to fire, weighs the diplomatic blast radius, and decides how far the ship leans forward. The first move is geometry, not weapons. You shape his choices before you consider shots. Then comes the scalpel. 2F divided by a -18S launch clean. They take a bracket, 1 high, 1 low, nose onto the bandit's axis, close enough to fill the canopy with gray metal. They hold speed cues that signal stop without a word. When the J-16 persists, they slide to line abreast and block the groove, offset just enough to leave a safe out to starboard. Formation, altitude, vector. The language is simple. You will not land here.
It is a sight that may well be worrying the authorities in both Taiwan and Washington. A new Chinese warship for its navy, which is already the largest navy in the world.
A significant moment for China. Its most advanced warship officially entering service as part of the world's biggest navy.
President Xi Jinping attended the commissioning ceremony for the Fujian aircraft carrier, the most advanced in Beijing's fleet so far.
With Chinese President Xi Jinping leading the celebrations in images shown on state television.
ROE triggers sit in two buckets. Hostile act is the easy one: launch, fire, strike. Hostile intent is the hard one. Maneuvers or profiles that show an attack is about to occur. Landing gear down, flaps set, throttle steady reads non-hostile. It narrows intent. It doesn't erase risk. A sudden power add, a hard break into the stack, a dive at the island, those turn the key. Until then, you keep the ladder intact. Deck discipline tightens. The landing area goes cold and clear. Arresting gear stays down but de-energized. Crash and salvage teams stage forward. Tow bars ready. Foam on standby. Ordnance crews safe lines. Point defense tracks the contact in passive. Safety's on but spun up. Mounts slewed, not slaved. The ship turns just enough to force wind angles that favor your fighters, not his approach. This is the quiet payoff. Procedures keep fingers off triggers while they build a kill box that closes the instant the profile breaks. Geometry, not bravado. You use the jet's own choices against it. If he rolls wings level and holds the dirty pass, you have time and eyes. If he cleans up and dashes, your Hornets have nose authority and a clean shot lane. Either way, you control the clock. That narrow channel, warn, block, divert, is how you avoid an accidental war. It makes space for judgment. It trades seconds for certainty. You don't offer trust. You offer a corridor bounded by steel. But then the nose wheel kisses steel. Canopy cracks. The pilot climbs down slow, hands high, no rush in the body. He reaches into a thigh pocket and offers a worn leather pouch. The fight shifts. Not airspace. Not angles. Now it's the hard game. What's inside, who placed it, and whether taking it just opened a new front you didn't see coming. Discipline at the edge wins. ROE and intercept craft turn panic into a measured test of nerves, buying minutes to sort intent, strip deception, and pivot from gunfire to intel. In the South China Sea, crowded airspace, Coast Guard shadows, and gray zone pressure raise the stakes. AI fusion speeds the air picture. Hypersonic reach shortens decision time. That pushes you to codify thresholds, drill signals, and lock down who calls shoot. What would you have called in CIC? Wave it off or take the shot? Comment your choice below and subscribe if you want more hard tactical breakdowns. The next crisis arrives gear down and silent. Know the playbook.